Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Today marks the halfway point of this season 2 that we're in right now inside of FC26, and for a lot of us, we're not even nearly halfway to the end of this season. I'm still only level 11 right now, and a lot of people may not even be that far. Has EA forgotten about SP, or will they do the thing where they don't release SP for the first couple of weeks and then they load it on at the end to catch us up? They're probably going to do that, but they have to, because there's only 2 weeks left of this season that ends right before Black Friday. I think they might start by dropping some SP today. We're going to talk about that. Plus, we have official stats for the Festival of Football Captains players. EA teased the loading screen. The leakers have got all the stats for some of the cards. We're going to take a look at that and wonder what big SBC and evolutions are going to be a part of this promo. We'll discuss that and the market in today's video. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up, hype the video, and subscribe if you're new. Let's start by going over yesterday's content on Wednesday, which of course brought us a really nice free evolution. Guys, this is the Footwork Mastery Evo. It's max 84 rated, and it doesn't upgrade the overall of the card. These are some of my favorite Evos of the year, especially as they allow higher and higher ratings into these Evos. They're just nice to add a couple of stats to your card, and most importantly here, a skill move boost and the Trickster playstyle. Of course, Trickster is, I think, often underrated, but it gives you that nice fake shot animation, and it gives you some of the nice trickster flicks and stuff like that just to add some more flair to the game. It's a great playstyle to have on an attacker. I think this is a must-do Evo for any chain that you're working on. Also gives a little bit of a dribbling and ball control boost. It's free, it's repeatable 2 times, and it doesn't upgrade, as I said, the rating of the card at all. So I put it on Sir Lord Kanta, a little silver Evo that I'm cooking up here. I already put the finesse playstyle on him. Going to have Trickster. He's already got the rapid and quick step base from his base card. We're going to be Evoing him up to be a super duper dope item. But the real thing with this Evo that's actually making some people frustrated is the fact that Openda and some of the El Capitan Evos from this last weekend now can get a skill move boost, but you can't go back and put the skill move on Openda. You had to do that first before you put him into El Capitan. So some people are reaping the rewards of that, also having the Trickster playstyle on Openda as well. So that's a little unfortunate, but sometimes it's better to wait on Evos. Regardless, whether you're trying to do that Openda, already did, or are now going to, just make sure you get this Evo done in the 2 weeks that it's out, because that is a very nice free Evo with the playstyle and with the skill move boost that it gives. Now, let's take a look at SBCs from yesterday's content, which did bring us the Davinson Sanchez SBC. And I would totally be doing this card for a number of reasons if it wasn't 90,000 coins. Now, he's got great stats. You look at the face card stats, they look great. You look into the details, there is a couple of glaring weaknesses, like 72 composure. That is a little bit low. But again, this is a live card, and he has potential to get upgrades for playstyles, for roles, and for stats. And for the playstyles, he's got the Bruiser, which is great, but he's missing the 3, or at least one of the 3 key defending playstyles. Jockey, Intercept, Anticipate doesn't have any of those, but he's got all the others in the defending category there. So you'd hope that upgrades could at least bring him 1 or 2 of those, maybe a +1 overall. He does not have Defender Plus or Plus Plus as well, so you're really relying on the upgrades. Now, I've got Gabriel Sara, that Evo that went into the Flash Adama evolution, the right mid one, and he would be a great link for this Davinson Sanchez, but I'm even struggling with this, even as a former Spurs player, to get this SBC done for an 84 with an inform, 85, and another 85 with an inform squad coming in for 94K. That's the problem so far with some of these Evos, and that's kind of the situation with SBCs at the moment. It feels like I don't want to commit to a player SBC until I know what's coming out tomorrow and Friday for the new promo, because at the moment you're choosing between doing an icon pack, a hero pack, which is sure, it's fun and stuff, but like in terms of guaranteed players, you just have a lot of cards in here that you're going to gamble on upgrades for. Does Davinson get upgrades? Does Yeremy Pino get upgrades? Does Cambiaso get upgrades and stuff like that? It's either you're kind of overpaying a little bit for a live card for the potential upgrades, or it almost feels smarter to just wait and see what comes out and what leaks we have for SBC players later on this weekend before deciding 100% on a lot of these cards, especially because fodder is more limited in this year's game. Granted, there's a lot of objectives that are out right now for all the different game modes that we have that gives out a little bit more fodder, but still, it feels like player SBCs at the moment, are a little bit lower in terms of hype, and I really want to see what's coming this weekend before sending too much fodder into one thing. Now, the other SBC we had yesterday doesn't require much fodder. It's an 84 plus campaign mix, aka the party bag, and this does include Scream cards. I didn't see a ton of people packing Scream cards from these, except for maybe the fodder ones. And once again, the 99 rated stats on the Screams did disappear. They went away. They will be coming back in about 3-4 weeks time. We'll see a 99 stat added back to those cards. Could be the same one, could be different. But the thing with that party bag SBC that was a little unexpected is Team of the Weeks did not go up. They in fact dropped. They were over invested. We saw last week Informs make nice rises. We talked about investing in them this week, and I'm sure some people still got lazy sales, listing the cards above, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 coins above what their cheapest price is on the market. But Informs did not do that well, and the rest of the fodder market is not doing that well either, because some people yesterday were thinking that we were going to get the Max 89 Icon pack, and that, of course, did not drop. That's going to be expectedly dropping later on this weekend. And what happened then was 88 rated cards went from about 15K. They were rising yesterday. Kind of crazy that there was a lot of expectation for that SBC to come out. 88s went from 15K all the way down to 13.5. I think that's an even better price to get involved in 88s for the weekend if you'd like to, for hopefully a decent SBC and for that big icon pack that is still going to be coming. It'll be dropping, I think, on Sunday. That was the date that we originally thought it was going to, but that made 86s, 87s, 88s, and even 89s a little bit fall down in value because we did not get the icon pack yesterday. Also, last SBC to mention, make sure you do this. UEFA Primetime Challenge 3 for a Prime Gold Players Pack. That's a very good pack, and it's a very good SBC to complete. Yesterday as well, we have our first live updates for these primetime cards locked in with Laetitia and Graham Hansen claiming the first 2 upgrades. Now, the upgrades aren't crazy, but it's kind of nice to have these Women's Champions League games this week to give us a bit of an idea of how it's going to work in a couple of weeks when all the other Champions League, Europa League, Conference League cards are playing for upgrades. Most players, not most, but some players are going to get in that first match the 1 appearance and the win. And that's the upgrade that Laetitia and Graham Hansen are both getting because they both played in the match and their club won, but there was no clean sheet for Man United, and Graham Hansen did not score or assist, so no other upgrades for those cards, just a roll plus and 1 base playstyle added. Now, the question is, when is EA going to upgrade these cards? And this is something we're going to have to take note of this week so that we know in 2 weeks' time, again, when there's a whole bunch of cards that we'll be watching for upgrades, with all these cards in action, we're going to have to see how fast they upgrade these cards. So maybe it'll be today on Thursday, maybe it'll be on Fridays. In previous years, they've upgraded Road to the Knockouts and Road to the Finals on Fridays because that's after the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday games of the European competition. So that's something we'll be watching out for very closely and be watching the Footbin tracker for as well as we get closer to that date. And also showdowns, right? Of course, Bayern won yesterday. Big comeback. They were down 2-0 against Arsenal, came back and won 3-2. So Tanikawa is going to get upgraded, and Johannes from the game on Tuesday is going to be deserved an upgrade as well. +2 overall for both of their wins. So we'll be watching for those upgrades, plus the upgrades on the live cards soon. Now, last thing from yesterday's content in game, I guess we could say, is the new team of the week. And this team of the week was really interesting. Yes, for the players that are dropped in it, this Tiki Taka Messi, 87 overall with 80 pace. His card looks so much better with 80 pace instead of his gold, right? Having 78 looks very good. A lot of people are even saying they prefer this version to his ratings reload with finesse because he has a Tiki Taka. But these informs started off yesterday really cheap, and they were supplied and they were packed a lot more on the market than we're used to with new informs coming out on Wednesdays. I remember previous weeks of like the Jude Bellingham and the Puteus. There was like 5 of them on the market. Even Thursday after Rivals Rewards, they were super duper rare. And yesterday after Doku and Vitinha and Messi were first dropped into packs, there was pages and pages of supply of these cards. And I mean, obviously we know informs are the most expensive on Wednesdays when they drop and Thursdays, and then they drop like crazy on Fridays, especially Friday night because of the guaranteed tradable FUT Champs rewards team of the week packs. So I think you still need to be careful with these cards, but they're at a lot more of a believable price from the start. And this Doku, I bought him yesterday, made a little bit of profit on him and used him. He's insane. And this is a card that we're going to be watching for evolutions very soon. He fits some evos right now, but he's going to fit a crazy evo. It's going to give him some shooting and some passing. And like, imagine it gives him 5-star skills or like a 5-star weak foot. This dude is going to be the most popular investment on this game this weekend for good measure. Insane in game, as I used him as well. Hit one of the craziest finesse shots I've scored of the entire year with his finesse shot plus. I mean, it's a perfect card for evos, and it's a very high player from the Premier League in Manchester City. So that's going to be a very popular investment. Between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, that card's going to hit a low point, and I think it's going to be investable unless an evo comes out that he would fit before then. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that. Even though people have evoed the gold version, this one's still going to be in very high demand because of that finesse plus. Now, the rest of the team of the week, got some nice cards in here. This Ballard, center back, actually looks kind of decent in the Premier League. He's going to be a discard or close to discard player that you'll want to pick up for an 86 rated inform just to stack in the club. Vitinha, of course, looks good. Bull looks good. And if you have Cavani, try to pack this guy Zeballos. Get a little link going on here. 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot, right mid, right wing, left wing, and cam. And he's got some decent play styles. And I mean, yeah, one Evo, you give him, he's already got Trickster, Tech, and Incisive. Maybe a little Tiki Taka, a little Finesse, Slow Driven, Quick Step or something like that. This could be a super nice card with the great pace already. So that's a perfect Cavani link there if you did that SBC or just did the Showdown card for his item. Now, we got to get into some of the news, right? Because yesterday there was 2 things happening news-wise. We have Festival Football Captain's official stats leaked. We have a little teaser here, the loading screen, and official stats posted by the leakers, but also the new patch that just came out a couple days ago. EA was live streaming about why they made some of the changes that they did, and this is the most interesting thing from it. I'm not going to talk about some of the gameplay stuff that they talked about. That was, you know, whatever it was. If you want to go watch their stream on that, the VOD on that on Twitch, you can absolutely go ahead and do so. Listen to the producers talk about it. But this is the biggest thing from an Ultimate Team standpoint. It's only a quality of life issue, but this is kind of what we thought it was going to look like. The new evolution feature that EA said they were releasing through a server release after the patch that came out. So obviously right now this is not available in game, but this screenshot is really helpful. It's not an accurate screenshot because you see that position modifier on there? Yeah, that freaked a lot of people out yesterday. Again, TheFutAccountant even responded to this saying that we should have caveated on stream those images are a mock-up. Don't worry, position change items are not coming back. But it's funny that they used a accidental image, the old radio menu, that when we had position modifiers, of course, allowed you to do that. Just kind of funny. However, the point still stands that you're going to be able to view a certain card in your team, use the cog wheel here, or the multi-action wheel, whatever they call it, and view evolutions that card fits into and preview the upgrade. So that is a really sick thing, and that's going to be a really awesome thing that we're going to be able to do. Of course, it's not there yet. It's still grayed out with the circle and the line through it, but that's going to be a part of the server release upcoming sometime soon. Maybe today. It's a server release, so I guess I don't think they ever announce it. It'll just boom be in the game, and that'll be pretty cool. But that's the first thing news-wise that we have to discuss today, and we'll be looking out for that very, very soon because that's actually going to be really nice. Imagine like you really want to evo one player, and instead of trying to go and look on Futbin and in game to try to see what evos your player fits, you can just click on that player and then preview evolutions, and you're good to go. So I think that's going to be really nice. Of course, Futbin will still be usable to like plan out evos and stuff like that, but being able to like check and see if a player fits just from in-game, that's dope. Also, Festival Football Captains yesterday, EA dropped this little teaser screen here, but since we know the leaked team already, we know who all these players are. We got Kylian Mbappe, Virgil van Dijk, Ewa Payor, and we've got on the right there, Cristiano Ronaldo. We've got official stats further from beyond this graphic right here. The leakers have got us all the details. Virgil van Dijk, there's a question mark on his playstyle plus in the game there. He's got Anticipate plus instead of Intercept. +5 pace for him. No defensive boost, but +5 dribble. +1 physical, +4 passing. So intriguing change there for the Anticipate on VVD, and then a nice pace boost. We'll have to see how different that card plays in game. I used VVD's gold card for a good bit. He was good, but other center backs kind of overtook him in terms of how he played in game just because of some of their speed, and he was a little slow. So we'll see with the Anticipated that changes things. Odegaard looks great. This is his yearly glow up with some pace. I mean, look at that pace boost there. Is that plus 15? That's nice. That's going to be a very good card in game. Not a big stat boost in any of the other areas of his card, except for +4 shooting. He keeps the incisive. That's a crazy +1 overall boost. We'll be completely honest. That's a good looking card. Here's Kylian Mbappe, though. Really interesting upgrade for Mbappe. Finesse plus on this version, 98 pace, so +1 there. But of course, you don't just have the gold card for Mbappe up to this. You've got the 2 player of the months that a lot of people have been crafting away at. And 83 dribbling is definitely a typo. It's 93 dribbling. But Finesse plus and Mbappe, that card's probably going to be... What do you guys think? How many coins? Put it down below in the comments. My guess is, even with Black Friday coming and even with the market lacking coins, I'm still going to say that's like 6 to 7 mil. 6, 7. Oh, I did it. Frick me, man. Okay, that's the Mbappe there. We got Di Lorenzo. I can't believe I just did that. Frick. Di Lorenzo looks cracked. Okay, moving on. Jockey Plus on a Di Lorenzo card, 86 rated with those stats. That looks like he's going to be a very, very good budget Serie A right back. And we already have a lot of budget Serie A right backs with Dumfries being like 50K. We've got the Quadrado, who's 20,000 coins. But for 88 pace and the Jockey Plus, that Di Lorenzo is going to be pretty cracked. Soboslai, another card that we were like, man, really EA? Another promo? He just had one. His card looks pretty good with Pinged Pass Plus. But not all of these promo cards are going to have Playstyle Pluses. That was one thing we learned with Otamendi. So we're not quite there yet, getting every card in the promo team with a Playstyle Plus, because Otamendi does not have a Playstyle Plus, but he's got 80 pace, 88 physical, 86 defense. That's a nice, usable version of Otamendi. Man, I can even remember years back, I think it was the Scream promo, where Otamendi had a card where he didn't have much pace then, but that Scream promo card gave him pace. That's going to be a usable item for sure. The last 2 that we have are Lewandowski, kind of like Griezmann in Scream, right? Griezmann had the chip shot. He's getting finesse. Lewandowski is getting finesse as well, and a nice little pace boost there. No shooting boost, only +1 pass and dribble, +2 physical, but the finesse is the most important part. And allegedly, his overall is not changing. Interesting. Still an 88 rated level card there, okay? And then here's Cristiano Ronaldo, which actually, it's a very small upgrade over his Cornerstones card. I was looking at the Cornerstone Ronaldo yesterday, just because he was dropping a lot in price. And you can see that Ronaldo has 82 pace and 91 shooting on this version. So it's a simple +1 almost across the board, straight across the board for Ronaldo's card, a simple +1, which is a little confusing to me because I'm like, again, why does he need another item when it looks almost the exact same? Here's the Ewa Payor low driven plus, a much needed passing boost. That's at least like +10 or close to that, because I thought her passing is like low 60s, but 89 shooting, 88 pace, and 89 dribble. Ewa Payor might be, I'm not saying she's the next Claudia Pina, but I'm saying she could be up there. She's a little taller and maybe is less of like agile with the left stick, but the low driven, you know that's going to be crazy. She's got some pace and good shooting and dribbling stats. That's going to be a very, very good card. But I still have questions. What is the player SBC? What Evos are we getting during this festival of football captains promo? Are we getting heroes or not as well? We still await some questions on some of the rest of the content with this promo. Watch out for the leaks today, because I'm sure there's going to be some chatter about what content's coming tomorrow. I have to be sure we get a player SBC leak today. Like, why wouldn't we? These guys probably know the info, and it'll be coming out soon. So watch out for that. But let's talk about the market a bit, guys, because yesterday and Wednesday was actually a bit of a decent day, and not just for like quick flip trades, but for like investing, honestly, in a way as well, in a couple different areas. First of all, I'm hoping we see some rises today on Thursday based on how well the market did yesterday. Take a look at De Jong. This has kind of been our gold card that we've been watching in price recently. He was 71,000 coins, rose all the way to 78 right before content. Content dropped. He came down to 73 again, went back up to 77. Currently, he's like 75,000 coins. Even a card like Ousmane Dembele was between 880 and 890, Dropped a little bit in the morning, 860, but then look, his price has been steady since then. He's still right around 900,000 coins. That's a good sign for the market, and especially as maybe some of the panic and some of the, disaster class that this market has been for the last week, maybe we're turning the corner a little bit, especially as we head into the weekend. That's my hope. Now, with these primetime cards, this is the last supply they're going to get today with these Rivals rewards. Am I investing in them? I wouldn't say investing. I am trading with them though. Like there's a couple cards like Barcola. Is that 448? Is that still on the market there? That's really cheap for Barcola. Yesterday he went all the way to 490,000 coins. So I'm just boom. I'm gonna pick that up because that to me is cheap enough that even if he doesn't go crazy in price today, he's hit 490K each of the last 2 days. That's more of a fluctuation trade for me more than anything else, not like an investment. But I see that sort of potential with a few of these cards. I don't love investing in these and holding. That's the thing. That's what I look at this team and say, I don't really love the hold, the long-term hold, even though they're live cards. Some of them could rise a little bit this weekend. Again, remember that they are pretty rare. I guess I am kind of getting a little risky with flips today because I also bought Anthony Gordon for 290,000 coins because when I look at the market and I look at his price, he's been between 290 and 315, and he's really rare on the market. So I like that when it comes to these cards, and maybe these cards can rise a little bit into the Friday night bubble, as we maybe call it. Hopefully there is a Friday night bubble this week because last week the market just got cooked. But I think these cards have a little bit of opportunity. I'm going to buy another Barcola there for 450. Now I'm broke with only 5,000 coins, but we'll try to make some coins off of that. Just be careful with these because Black Friday is coming, and that's the real worry I have with them. Even though we have upgrades for them, Black Friday is still coming. Now, Scream cards, as I mentioned, they don't have 99s anymore, and some of them, actually a good bit of them, dropped off. Now, I was curious yesterday, right around content, if some of these cards, once their 99s went away, would actually go up in value because people would be like done panic selling, or there was maybe some dropping in price before content as people are just like, no, the 99s are going away, let me get them out. That didn't really happen though. Like Dybala went up for a quick bit. We were watching him on stream, and then he came back down as 196,000 coins right now. Most of these cards are the same price or lower. These are still good cards though. And now that the panic and all of the 99 rated investing situation stuff with these is over, maybe we could see some of these just go back up a little bit as people realize like, okay, some of these I still want to actually use in my team, like Rafael Leao or like Karchawi. Like she's up crazy right now. I sold her for 290,000 coins yesterday. Now she's 345. Some of these are rare too. And like this Kimmich, that's still a card I think people will want to use. So keep an eye on these cards. I think now I would treat them as just out of packs, normal flips that we do. Like when we take a look at ratings reloads, we look at a guy like Olise, who's up a good bit, 183,000 coins. Yesterday, his graph was between 160 and 170, and then all of a sudden, later in the evening, shoo, all the way up to 180,000 coins. So we treat, I think, those Scream cards just like normal out-of-pack special flips. And if you're looking to make some buys today, this is where I would look. Look on the ratings reloads, the cornerstones, and even those ultimate Scream cards. And I think we can make some flips there just by doing some of the normal safe out-of-packs flips investing. I'll say this, Thursdays with Rivals Rewards, we do get tradable pack supply. Some of the Thursdays that we've had recently have not brought really good price rises across the market to a good number of cards. But with the way the gold cards moved yesterday and just seeing the way the market moved, it seems like there could be an opportunity to make some profits. So if there are golds, I'm very careful with golds right now because it kind of feels like we're getting past the stage of the game where most people want to use gold cards. But some of the meta ones like Nuno Mensch or Rafinha, there could be an opportunity to buy those early in the day today during rewards. There absolutely could be because we do have a little bit of tradable supply again. Don't forget about that. There's some tradable packs going out today during rewards. You could look to buy a few of those players then and then sell them later, or you could go, like I said, the out of packs route or trade with heroes and icons. And hopefully today we have some pretty good fluctuations. Now, took us all the way till the end to get to the real content of today's video, guys. And that is the fact that we got to talk about SP. We are now exactly 2 weeks away from this season ending. Like literally, this is a short season. We're 2 weeks away. I'm level 11 right now. I just hit level 11 on this game. And it's like, hold on a second. If there's 2 weeks left in the season, 2 weeks has already gone by, and I'm only level 11. How are we getting to level 40 in the next 2 weeks? Like, is EA actually going to let us get there? And that kind of makes me frustrated, I won't lie. Not because the seasons are, a place where content's always been great. Actually, to begin the year this year, the seasons have been kind of frustrating in terms of the quality of rewards that we get, especially when the rewards for like the first 15 levels, there's like 3 or 4 packs and maybe one player that you're like, ooh, that's sick. And then you get to the end of the season where all the good stuff is, which is not even that insane in the grand scheme of things compared to how things felt in previous years, like last year with the premium season pass. It's kind of like, why is EA asking for 500,000 coins or 1,000 FC points and then making the content unobtainable for 3/4 of the season? Now I understand they don't want us running around with this Finesse Plus Rodrigo at the end of the season pass right away. Like, they want to keep this stuff kind of for a little bit later on because some of those cards are freaking insane. That Rodrigo is going to be everywhere once we get him unlocked, right? Like, frick, he's going to my team, probably going to replace Pulisic at right mid once I get this card unlocked, or maybe it's striker if he can play striker as well, right? Like, that's a great card, and I understand EA doesn't want everybody to have that right away, but it feels like the season is just, I don't know. It's not like we're progressing at all, and that's the frustrating part about it. But I mean, honestly, EA's got to give us SP today, and there's got to be more than just the weekly objectives refreshing today and some of the other manager live, manager player clubs like refreshing, because there's only 2 weeks left, and I don't know what level you guys are. For the second time today, I'll say comment down below something. Comment what level you are. Like, I'm level 11. I just got there. I know some people are like level 7. And the problem with this is when they leave all the season pass points to the end of the season is people who played in the first part of the season, but maybe they're busy. Maybe they've got life going on in the second part of the season. How in the world are they going to finish the season pass when they're not playing the game every single day and they have a certain limited amount of time to get SP? I think that's a bit of an oversight, to be honest, by letting the SP kind of be back-ended instead of, spread out evenly across the season pass, or giving us a way to grind SP on our own time. Maybe it's not the most SP ever, but guys, if they still had SP as a part of rewards, shout out to Leafs, one of the mods in the Twitch stream. He was mentioning this, and it reminded me that that's a great idea. If they just put like 500 SP in champs rewards, in squad battle rewards, you're getting those rewards like what, 4 times during a season, because there's 4 weeks in a season. That's not that much SP. Like, allow people to at least progress a little bit and make them feel like they're progressing through the season pass with the reward system as well in terms of SP. So I think that would be a nice addition back into the reward system, is if we had for rivals, squad battles, and champs, like 500. And sure, for some of the other higher divisions, you could give a little bit more, I guess. But honestly, it doesn't need to be more. It just 500, whether you finish 1 win in champs or 15. Get yourself some SP. Like, that sort of thing is something I think that wouldn't hurt the grind of the SP. If they need to like reduce the SP for like the weekly objectives, fine, do that. But it's just getting a little frustrating, and we're like getting nervous because we're level 10, we're level 7, whatever you are right now. And it's like, hold on, this season ends in 2 weeks and I got to get 3/4 of the way through the season in 2 weeks. So that's frustrating. And I wanted to bring that up today because I think there is a chance that they start actually dropping SP today, like a catch up or a bonus SP situation. I think there's a very good likelihood of that, because if they don't notice that SP is not doing really good right now and people are very low level in the season, then that's going to be a problem. We've never had that issue be too big by the end, so I'm not expecting it to be like a crazy thing this time around, but they definitely need to put some SP in the game today as a part of Thursday content. Today's their chance, though. They got to ramp it up for sure. So we'll be watching for that. We'll be checking SP today at the content drop for sure. Last things to watch out for today. We've got one last player SBC that we're expecting. Marcus Leonardo, the Brazilian World Tour striker card. And that's one of the things that makes me maybe read into it a little bit and think they're going to drop SP today. They're dropping a World Tour card, and this is the Mexico and the Brazil season pass. Maybe they're going to be dropping some SP since that's the theme of content today, maybe. So hopefully that gets ramped up a bit. And then make sure, guys, I know I say this a lot, but make sure you do the daily refreshes, the bronze, the silver, the golds, even these, all these gold rares. This is good. Like, I'm still going to probably put them into 79 doubles to either open right now for this promo that we're currently ending with Prime Time, or I'll save them for the new promo coming on Friday with the captains. But make sure you do those dailies, because the dailies allow you to do things like the League SBC packs, and they allow you to, have a chance at packing a promo card and just build up the fodder in your club to craft other SBCs, which, by the way, I have to shout out the 85 to 87 packs, because yesterday I had my most emotional pack pull of the year. We got Javi Simons. I was going to have to Evo this guy. I put the cold ice on him as well. Packed him from an 85 to 87 pack, and holy smokes, this dude is him. I didn't get the Javi Simons last year from that cup that was a hard cup to win. I ran out of time. I remember it vividly. This dude's a beast. His playstyles are insane. His dribbling is insane. He's getting finesse plus from me from the end of the season pass, and we get there. Speaking of season pass rewards, and that card's going to be nasty. That's going to be so fun. So emotional there. So that's the video for me today, guys. I hope we get some SP today. These are literally my investments right here. I got a Chiellini for 750. I got Barcolas for 448 and for 450. And then I got a couple of Gordons for 290. And I'm hoping that those rise today. We'll see what we can get ourselves involved in. And we'll see if I can pack anything from 15-point Rivals rewards, which I need to go win a couple of games real quick before rewards, which is in just a couple of hours. So anyways, guys, that's a video. Sorry for the long yap. There's a lot to discuss right now in this game. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you in the stream today. Peace out.